For accounting, we use QuickBooks Online. Thomas, what do you guys use?
Yeah, we actually, well, you said we're not going to talk about Clio, but I use Clio Accounting. So I use Clio Accounting for my bookkeeping. All of my accounts are synced with Clio Accounting. So it makes it easy for my accountant who can have an account to, log in and look at my transactions, review them, and, categorize them properly. Um, Clio Accounting is really great because it syncs well with the billing in Clio. It knows what invoice has been paid on what date before you even get to review the transaction, and so it's able to match the transaction a lot easier than QuickBooks. It's also cheaper than QuickBooks Online, at least last time that I checked. And so it's really helpful. I like the fact that the CPA can go in there and double check things for me, categorize things properly. But yeah, Clio Accounting is what I use. 2 years ago and years prior, I was using QuickBooks Online. I was doing my own bookkeeping, and I think that worked out, for the most part, fine. But I wasn't always the most diligent about every single month going through the transactions. It was more like once every 3 or 4 months, I would go back through the transactions and match them up. And I know that wasn't a good practice. And so now I've got a CPA that's helping me to do that. And there's still work that I have to do to inform the CPA what has happened with certain transactions. But, I logged on this morning to my Clio Accounting, and, all of my transactions, with rare exception, were already, booked, for me from the end of December actually through the end of January. So I really didn't have to spend any time thinking about even clicking the button to match it. So, and that has saved me a lot of time, and I think it has saved me some money on taxes too, just having some expert advice with a CPA that is closely working with my law firm and giving me tax advice.
Yeah, what a great point, Thomas. I mean, that having that capability and that team is really a game changer. And we talked about this recently with Michael Robinson in terms of when you get started out and you're just wearing every hat and trying to get everything done, to where you can start building and go, oh, maybe I do need to hire someone, but I'm afraid about what this is going to do and how does that work. But the bookkeeping one and the accounting side is one of those things that takes so much pressure off of you as the practicing lawyer in the office and frees your time up to then do revenue generating work. And so you're spending much less as a percent of total of your time working on data entry type issues. And obviously very important to have everything balanced to the penny and, figure all that out, especially with the trust accounting and all of that happens. And so it's so great to have this time in my practice versus where it was when we started. And I was doing like you, like manually tracking all of those different things and making sure I could track down that wayward penny wherever it may have been.